What's up YouTube? Capital G here. This will probably be the last video I make today unless something drastically changes. So there was this promo poster that was released probably by Konami, and it reveals a whole bunch of what's inside the new Yugi and Kaiba 10s. Obviously you guys know the game has become very nostalgic and very much related to Yugi and Kaiba because of, Dark Side of Dimensions, the movie and whatnot. So in addition to getting, I guess, their own booster sets, Shining Victories and Dark Illusion, and their own structure decks, they're getting 10s as well. And it looks like we know what's going to be inside those 10s as far as like the promos. Well, we almost know all of them. 2 cards have yet to be revealed, but looks like they are making it 100% throwback. You see each character is getting their boss monster in Dark Magician and Blue Eyes. They're also getting their Egyptian God card, but much more interesting, more interesting than even the really good reprints of like Performapal, Pendulum Sorcerer, and Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit, which I assume Konami knows, hey, these are cards that people want. Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit was reprinted in the it was reprinted in the Gold series, but it's still over like $11-12, so it's still, kind of expensive to like some players who may be younger. Maybe they don't have $30 to spend on a playset. Now they can get it pretty much dirt cheap. Pendulum Sorcerer has never been reprinted, if I'm not mistaken. It just came out in January though. And before before kind of like the emergency ban list, the card was at its height like $80. It was the most expensive card in Bosch, so that's definitely a good reprint, because if Performapals get more support, which I'm sure they will, the anime is going to be running ARC-V at least for I think another 30 plus episodes before they move on to the next Yu-Gi-Oh series. So I'm pretty sure Performapals will get more support. This card could potentially go up in price, but now that it's getting reprinted, that will obviously stop that from happening. We're getting another Empowered Warrior card, which is, well, it's actually 2 of them. Each one is coming with, one is getting Dragon X, the other is getting Aether, which is fine because these cards, I don't know why they came out in Japan forever ago. I don't know why they still haven't been fully released. I know that there are a couple of them in the Dark Illusion, but finally it looks like everything's coming together. But honestly, what I'm most excited about is the DDDs are coming to the fucking TCG finally. We are getting Alexander, we are getting Flame King, Genghis. We're finally getting these cards. These cards should have been here forever ago, guys. They should have been imports, and I don't know. They could have stuck them in so many different sets. They could have put them in Bosch. They could have put them in, Dimension of Chaos. And I think now this could definitely be a sign. If they're just randomly throwing DDDs into these 10s, like, to me that says, okay guys, we're not just gonna come out and say it, but it means Pendulum Domination is right around the corner. And again, the reason I keep talking about DDDs is because it is literally like the second best deck in the OCG. And if you've never seen this deck in action, it makes super freaking strong fields turn 1, where it can have like a crystal. They make Crystal Wing like every single turn 1. They can have like a Crystal Wing plus a Titanic Galaxy plus like a really big monster plus like a Solemn Strike to back you up, and it's like, or they may have like a Siegfried plus a Solemn Strike, and it's like, how are you getting around that field outside of like Kaijus? You're not using monster effects, you're not using spells and traps, you're just going to lose at that point. So DDDs are an extremely powerful deck, and they need both of these cards because, like, usually you use this card to go into, like, Crystal Wing with, like, one of your level 1 tuners, and you always use this guy because he gets you a monster back from the graveyard. So you'll be using all of these cards in DDDs, and I really hope that this means that Pendulum Domination is going to be coming out the same time next year that the Monarch Emperor of Darkness came out this year, because if Konami is still pushing these new DDD cards on us and they have no plans of releasing Pendulum Domination until like November of next year, like, yo, you guys are fucking assholes. Because I really sympathize with the DDD players at this point, because now you're luring them back in, like, yes, we're getting our cards, so if you don't release Pendulum Domination soon after this, Konami, like, giant F you to you guys. I am going to cross my fingers, because I do think that Pendulum Domination is going to come out like the last week of January. I'm not going to say that this is confirmation of it, but it would just make sense. So let me know what you guys think. I'm most excited. These are good cards, don't get me wrong, but I'm definitely most excited about Alexander and Flame King Genghis. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching as always.